Okay, so we've got word coming in now that we hope to have that interview ready for you in a short while from now and play it out. But till then, let me get you the big political reactions to the story today. The Congress continued gunning for Lalit Modi while the BJP came out in strong defense of Sushma Swaraj and said that there's no question of the minister resigning. In the meanwhile, now we've got Vasundhara Raje, who stands accused of having signed a witness statement supporting Lalit Modi's travel documents and supporting his request to stay on in the United Kingdom. Here's more.
उन्होंने जो किया अच्छी नीयत के साथ किया, she acted bona fide. सारी सरकार और सारी पार्टी उसमें एक मत की है.
3 days after Sushma Swaraj was singed by the government's biggest controversy, the finance minister has spoken out in her defense.
उनका वक्तव्य और पार्टी अध्यक्ष का बयान कि उन्होंने जो किया अच्छी नीयत के साथ किया, she acted bona fide.
This united defense of the External Affairs Minister reportedly came just minutes after Modi's power trio went into a strategic huddle.
Sources tell India Today that Arun Jaitley, Sushma Swaraj and Rajnath Singh met for an hour to formulate a game plan on the government's stand on the alleged intervention by External Affairs Minister into the travel documents of Lalit Modi.
While the government rallies behind its top minister, the opposition's counter was equally intense. While the Congress leaders went about launching verbal skirmishes against Sushma Swaraj, its student leaders took to the streets in several parts of the country. While high-decibel protest continued against Sushma, the minister maintained a stony silence on the issue in her first press meet since the controversy. But as Lalit Modi continues to be on the run, the government has confirmed that the former IPL czar is wanted by the country's top economic intelligence agency.
There is a procedure of a blue corner notice which is issued by Interpol. There is a procedure of a light blue corner notice which is issued by the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence at the request of the Enforcement Directorate. That notice was issued in 2010. That notice continues to be valid even today.
It may be any shade of blue, but the fact remains that a blue corner notice has been issued to him, which means that he is an accused.
72 hours after the revelation first tumbled out, the opposition's relentless attack has put the government on the back foot. Can the BJP's collective front ward off an unsparing Congress charge? With Brijesh Pandey and Atir Khan in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, the first excerpt from the Lalit Modi interview is finally in. This is just the first part of the clip, and I'm just playing this out because I know everyone's been waiting for this interview. Our editors are compiling the interview and we hope to have it ready for you very shortly, soon from now. And let me just play out an excerpt from the Lalit Modi interview you've all been waiting for. This is just part A.
Welcome to this India Today special, where we are with someone who could well be described at the moment as India's most wanted. That's right, we are with Lalit Modi, former IPL commissioner, and look at where we are amidst all the noise and controversy over Mr. Modi. He is here by the Adriatic in Montenegro, relaxing and luxuriating by the sea. Mr. Modi, this is typical Lalit Modi. All the noise, all the controversy back home, and it's almost as if you are telling the authorities and telling all of us, do what you can, I'm going to live my life king size. This is brazen Lalit Modi.
Well, you know, the slogan live life king size was coined by Foursquare, which is one of my brands. So, well, I'm living life king size, and why not? At the end, I have done nothing wrong. At the end, I have gone by the book. I have paid my dues. I have paid more my time. In fact, I have been over-criticized. I have been taken to task by government in the past and have made my life miserable for no reason at all.
That's only part one of this interview. It really infuriates me to have Lalit Modi, you know, just the visual image of Lalit Modi sitting on this perch by the beach in Montenegro while everyone in the country is discussing what he's been up to. We're now looking at the rest of the interview will be played out on our channel very soon. Just stay with us for a moment. We're now looking at this check sheet that's been put in by applicant Lalit Modi, where he's seeking to stay overseas in the United Kingdom. And amongst the people he's got rooting for him is Vasundhara Raje. Now, there's a confidentiality note, and you need to read this very carefully because it says that this witness statement is provided on the strict understanding that its contents and the identity of its maker are treated confidentially and that it is used for the purposes stated in it. Now, it's important to note here that Vasundhara Raje hasn't signed. I want my camera person Yogi to show you this. She hasn't signed this. So top BJP bosses have been in touch with the Rajasthan Chief Minister asking her about this, because in this it's a witness statement by Vasundhara Raje where she explains who she is and then she goes on to testify Lalit Modi's candidature. But she's told top BJP bosses that she did not know about this, that she hasn't signed this. This is the first time she's finding out about it. Lalit Modi, in the interview that he's given us, says that they're very close family friends, that she even travelled. He says that Vasundhara Raje even travelled to Portugal to be by the bedside of his wife Meenal, who was undergoing surgery. Undergoing cancer surgery. I want to go across to my colleague and India Today's executive editor, Javed Ansari. Now, Javed, Vasundhara tells us that she hasn't signed this. But just look at this confidentiality note. Tell me what you make of it. It says, this witness statement is provided on the understanding that its contents and the identity of its maker are treated confidentially and used only for the purposes stated in it. Could Vasundhara have possibly agreed to such a confidentiality note?
If Lalit Modi is to be believed, yes. He's told our editor, Mr. Rajdeep Sadesai, in the interview which will be aired shortly, that he indicates that she signed the document, although she did not appear as a witness in the court. But she did certainly sign the document. And what is even more significant is that later in the course of the statement, she says that this is being given on the conditionality that it should not be made available to Indian authorities. Now, why on earth would somebody want to hide this from Indian authorities? If this is legal, if everything is above board, then why would she want to hide this? If you're giving an affidavit in favor of somebody, why would I be afraid of making it public?
Could this have been done? Because Vasundhara Raje is repeatedly telling everyone who's been speaking to her this evening that she doesn't know anything about this. This was done without her knowledge. Even though Lalit Modi, we know, has told us that Vasundhara Raje did sign on this. That
yes,
she knew
certainly.
about it.
Certainly. So it's her word against Mr. Lalit Modi's, and you know, this needs to be probed further. This however cannot be wished away, Rahul.
Javed,
and his
stay with us.
association.
Everyone tonight is waiting for the Lalit Modi.
Today's special, where we are with someone who could well be described at the moment as India's most wanted. That's right, we are with Lalit Modi, former IPL commissioner. And look at where we are amidst all the noise and controversy over Mr. Modi. He is here by the Adriatic in Montenegro, relaxing and luxuriating by the sea. Mr. Modi, this is typical Lalit Modi. All the noise, all the controversy back home, and it's almost as if you are telling the authorities and telling all of us, do what you can, I'm going to live my life king size. This is brazen Lalit Modi.
Well, you know, the slogan "Live Life King Size" was coined by Foursquare, which is one of my brands. So, well, I'm living life king size, and why not? At the end, I have done nothing wrong. At the end, I have gone by the book. I have paid my dues. I have paid more my time. In fact, I have been over-criticized. I have been taken to task by government in the past and have made my life miserable for no reason at all.
I'm going to come to those specifics in a moment. But I just want to know, here you are luxuriating by the Adriatic in Montenegro, having a holiday. The fact is, one minister lost his job because of a tweet of yours.
Yes.
Now another minister is in danger of losing her job because of a mail of yours. And now possibly a chief minister could also be under scrutiny because she appeared as a witness in one of your British residency claims. But first, let's come to that. A minister loses job for a tweet. Sushma Swaraj could lose her job for a mail of yours. And you seem to be saying there is, that you seem perfectly cool and calm about it all.
I'm not perfectly cool and calm of somebody who doing an honest day's job, losing the job. Mr. Shashi Tharoor, who lost his job because he lied. He lied to the parliament, he lied to everybody that he had nothing to do with the Kochi team. And then what happened? Shashi Tharoor was proven to be guilty. He admitted in parliament. That's why he lost his job. And then ultimately what happened? His wife died, unfortunately. And that's a big problem. And nobody wants to talk about that. But yes, when Sushma Swaraj and Vasundhara Raje have names are coming out, they're coming out not for any other reason, because for the reason that if they have supported me, they have supported me as somebody who has gone through tremendous wrong by different people. And all I did, my wife was very sick, and I appealed to them and for their help to ensure that I was able to go and be with her.
So you are accepting that Vasundhara and Sushma at various stages have helped you out. You are admitting that.
I'm admitting to the fact, yes, I made the phone call to Sushma ji at a point in time, which is very clear, that at a point in time where I have been proven by the UK courts that everything done against me was politically motivated by the last government, and that the right for me to remain in the UK was already granted by the UK courts. It was delayed on account of the Congress government. How do I know that? Because under the Right to Information Act, which entire documentation is available with you, which I have passed on to you, which clearly shows I would have got my residency way back in May 2012, but only because of the interference of the private office of the government of India in collusion with the UK government made sure that I did not get it and was delayed.
From 2011, when your passport was impounded in March 2011, you kept applying for your passport to be given back to get residency. The Congress kept opposing it. The UPA government kept opposing it. Sushma Swaraj comes, and lo and behold, in 2 months, you get your travel documents. You suddenly, in 2 months, seem to discover that Sushma Swaraj is the person who, on humanitarian grounds, writes and speaks to Keith Vaz, speaks to the British High Commissioner in India, James Bevan. You ring her up. So obviously you use your proximity to Sushma Swaraj to get a benefit which you were not getting for 3 years, because the UPA believed you were a fugitive. The UPA saw you as an absconder.
No, they didn't. The UK didn't believe I was a fugitive, number one. If anybody says that, I will very clearly go after them to say that nobody has ever said that except for the Indian media. And wait, and I will get to that in a minute. Let's go through the sequence of events. No point saying something without going through the sequence of events. I left India on May 12th, 2010. I know the case inside out. Yes, my passport was revoked in March 3rd, 2011. I applied to the UK government, and rightly so, for residency. My residency was being considered and was going to be granted in 2012 early. And I think it was May 2012. It was in the interference which we came to know later on in 2013 and 2014 when we went to the Right to Information Act, that it was the interference of the UPA government in collusion with the UK government, which delayed the process of me getting the residency in the UK. Let's fast forward.
I'll come back to the past. Can I come to the present first controversy? Then we'll go back to the past.
You can't come to the present controversy without looking at the past. I went through the court systems in India. I could have got any passport from anywhere in the world. There are enough jurisdictions in the world available to me today and were available to me then to get a passport. If I was so desperate to travel, I could have easily given up my right as an Indian citizen and taken another passport. I did not do that only for one reason, and one reason alone, because I wanted to prove to everybody that I'm going to fight this because my passport has been wrongly taken. And by the way, when the time my UK passport was given, my Indian passport judgment was reserved. And the Indian passport judgment came out a few weeks later after my UK judgment also. So,
can I just come to the hard facts? On 31st of July, which is a critical date, Keith Vaz, senior British lawmaker, sends an email to Sarah Rapson in the UK Home Office. Foreign Minister of India, i.e. Sushma Swaraj, has spoken to me and says she has no objections to the travel documents being granted.
Yeah.
She has also spoken to James Bevan. In fact, everyone but Ban Ki-moon has been spoken, is what Mr. Keith Vaz says in the mail. Within a day of that, within 24 hours, you get the travel documents that you were denied for 4 years.
Why?
Am I to understand? Is it not Sushma Swaraj's out-of-turn intervention for Mr. Lalit Modi?
I don't think you understand.
Who is not appearing before the courts of India in several cases.
I have appeared in every case.
You have had 8 show cause notices given to you. You have not appeared in those.
Says one. Give me
Stretching back from August 2010.
I think you're again mistaken when you say I have not appeared. I may not have appeared physically. I have appeared through my lawyers and by written affidavits which have been used by the different agencies. I have appeared across every agency, by the way. I have appeared in every court, and by the way, I have won in every court.
No, hold on. But you have not appeared. You have refused to come to India.
Because of security issues.
That's your claim.
No, it is not my security.
One
second. This matter has been very well examined in the UK courts. Okay? Has been very well examined. When I'm talking about, unfortunately, the judgment of the UK court, I'm not able to disclose now. We have applied to the UK courts right now, and we are applying to the UK courts to make sure that we can give that judgment to you. I am gagged right now of talking of the contents of the UK judgment. The UK judgment very clearly has gone into my security issues. The government of UK has fought against it, and government of India, through the government of UK, has fought through it. And by the way, the courts, not at one stage, at multiple stages. I won at the first stage, I won at the second stage, I won at the High Court stage, I won in multiple stages in the UK and have examined this at multiple levels. By the way, the same thing has been examined also in India. And I've got my passport a few weeks later while the Indian High Court, the Honorable High Court of India, the double bench has said the passport should not have been taken away in the first place. That is the key issue. That is the key issue.
The key issue before me is that on the 31st of July, Keith Vaz invokes the name of Sushma Swaraj.
Yes.
You get the passport in 24 hours.
Yes.
You write a mail on August 1st thanking Swaraj Kaushal, the husband of Sushma Swaraj,
yes,
Sharad Pawar, among others, for the help that they have provided.
Hold on. The list. One second. The list is over 100 people.
It may well be. It includes the husband of
It includes
Sushma
a lot of people.
Swaraj. Let's first talk about that.
Because a lot of people.
We'll come to the other names.
No, you're not coming to the...
I will.
Yes,
26th August 2013, Swaraj Kaushal asked for your help for his nephew's admission in Sussex University.
He had already been admitted. It was true, but he's already admitted.
But the fact is, the manner in which 3 days later, why did you then write to Keith Vaz seeking his help in his matter
also didn't know.
and say that Sushma Swaraj has called you seeking the help? Is that not evidence of a quid pro quo?
No, it is not.
Is that not evidence of conflict of interest?
There is no conflict.
You helped Sushma Swaraj and her husband in August 2013. She helps you in August 2014.
Rajiv, my relationship with a lot of people goes way, way back, decades and decades back.
What's your relationship with the Swarajes?
My relationship is Mr. Swaraj has been an advocate of mine.
For how long?
For over 20 years. And Bansuri has been an advocate of mine for a long time.
So his daughter has been an advocate of yours for how long?
I think over 4 years now.
So it was a proximate relationship. Was it a family relationship or was it simply a legal relationship?
It was a family, legal, whatever you may call it. We are very close. The point is not that. I have never asked anybody. I'm very close to a lot of politicians. Not only Mrs. Swaraj. I'm close to a lot of...
You picked up the phone to ask her.
I did ask her because...
to seek her help.
I have a family relationship, I have a very close relationship, I have a legal relationship with the Swaraj family. That was part 1 of the Lalit Modi interview. This is an interview that goes on for more than 30 minutes. You've just heard the first 10 minutes we are putting together. You're actually seeing television news being compiled tonight in the newsroom. We've played out so far just the first part of the interview. The other is currently being downloaded. We will play that out in just a moment. As we put it together, Javed, quick reactions from you on what we've heard from the Lalit Modi interview. It's very damning for Sushma Swaraj. He says we've got family relations, we've got legal relations, they're very close.
Yes, he does that, but he also keeps very vigorously protesting his innocence. He's talking about the fact, he says, I've done nothing wrong, the courts have exonerated me. He talks of some British judgment which he's not able to divulge, but he says that the British courts have exonerated me, the UPA government was hounding me, and of course when it comes to Sushma Swaraj, he makes no bones about the fact that yes, he did know her, that the families knew each other, that that Mr. Suraj Kaushal was on his defense team, her daughter was on the defense team. With regards to the admission for the niece, he said that had already happened. But throughout, he's extremely defiant, not a sense of remorse.
Okay.
He's vigorously protesting his innocence.
Stay with me, Javed. I want to go across now, live to Montenegro. Partly luxuriating along with Lalit Modi is my colleague Rajdeep Sardesai. Rajdeep, Lalit's having a great time, and the spectacle in which this interview happens. Here there's this big national storm, and he has the audacity to invite you on this perch next to a beach. Tell us, behind what we've seen so far, we've seen 10 minutes of your interview. Apart from what we've seen, what was the interaction with Lalit Modi like? What did you pick up from it?
Well, this is typical Lalit Modi. He's feisty and he's brazen. Some would say he's brash, others would say, and he's defiant. As far as he's concerned, he has nothing to hide, which is why he believes he has every reason to be holidaying while controversy swirls around him. He insists that Sushma Swaraj, the Swaraj family, Vasundhara Raje are all family friends. He insists that even the likes of Sharad Pawar, Praful Patel have tried to help him in the past. Insists that it was P. Chidambaram who was blocking his travel documents, and is therefore claiming that he has nothing to hide. There is no conflict of interest with Coco because these are all personal friendships. And he says, where is the charge sheet that the ED has to provide, which could then end up declaring him an absconder or a proclaimed offender? Where is this blue corner notice that the ED claims it sends out? So I think what Lalit Modi is doing is he believes attack is the best form of defense. And that's the sense I got, that he believes that he has nothing to hide. And, it's for Sushma Swaraj and Vasundhara Raje perhaps to answer exactly the nature of benefits they provided. But Mr. Modi believes that they were perfectly...
No, the big story tonight
here,
Rajdeep, in India is the story of Vasundhara Raje's involvement, where she signed, apparently, a witness statement, which she denies having signed, but that's part of Lalit Modi's case in the UK, where he's demanding that he be allowed to stay, where Vasundhara Raje is attesting for his character. She's denying it. What did Lalit tell you in the interview you did, Rajdeep?
He makes it very clear that Vasundhara Raje did sign the statement, but she did not appear in court, and therefore it will not be a formal part of the court record, but he does... it is a part of the court record. It is a signed copy. He says, I have a copy of the signature of Vasundhara Raje, and she did it out of friendship. He says they've been family friends.
No, but the copy that's been put out by Ad Factors, which is the PR agency that's been engaged by Lalit Modi, Rajdeep, has got this. Can I just, my cameraman should walk with me as I show you page number 3, because it's not signed, Rajdeep. You know, the crucial thing there is that if you see this file copy, and Javed's seen this as well, this confidentiality note has Vasundhara Raje's name, but it's not signed. So the critical question is, has he been able to get this signed or not? Is it just something that he claims? Take a look at this. This is supposed to be the confidentiality notice. This witness statement is provided on the strict understanding that its contents and identity of its maker are treated confidentially, and it's not signed, Rajdeep. Where's the signed copy? Can you take it from him?
He says he's got a PDF document where she has... It's not the signed version. He says there is another signed version. He only sent a PDF document. He says that the signed document is part of the court record. So if you examine the court record, there is a signed copy of Vasundhara Raje.
Does he have a copy of that? Is he prepared to give that to us? Because that
Mr.
would
Modi,
be...
you have a copy of that? Yes, he claims he has a copy of that. His lawyers can... It is part of the court record. He cannot give it. He only has a PDF document with him at the moment.
No, does he have a signature or not, Rajdeep? I think that's the critical question.
He claims that the court document has the signature. The PDF document which he has provided, as you rightly put it, doesn't have the signature. But he claims that the document which was provided to the court... Okay, he's going to provide me the... But he says He's saying he cannot provide it unless he gets court clearance, but he has a signed copy.
No, because Rajdeep, this is a very, very serious matter. If this is true, then Vasundhara Raje needs to step down, because you've got someone who's now Chief Minister of one of India's biggest states saying that, you know, treat this. She's giving a character certificate of sorts to Lalit Modi and saying keep it confidential. If she signed this, she needs to go, Rajdeep.
Well, I will put these questions again to Lalit Modi, because we are going to resume our interview shortly. And I will ask him whether this was a signed copy or whether this is an unsigned copy. And we will wait to see his response. For now, he insists that this is a signed copy and he has a copy of it. He cannot provide it, he says, because it is part of court documents and cannot make it official, which is why he has only put out the PDF document. So now it is his word versus that of Vasundhara Raje.
Okay, Rajdeep, just have a quick chat with him, because I'm told by my producers now that part 2 of the Rajdeep Sardesai interview with Lalit Modi is now ready. We're going to play that out for our viewers now, and I'll go back live. This is very interesting. We've got Lalit Modi listening to this live telecast and butting in when he wants. Here is part 2 of India Today's exclusive interview with Lalit Modi.
A secret correspondence done by the